Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Overly Misguided. Where today we have our special guest Sarah, who is joining us, and we have Brooke, who's behind the camera today, who is our producer now. You're not gonna say anything. You're just gonna wave.
It's good to be back. Interesting being over here and not over there, but I'm excited for this episode and the topic we're going to be covering. So.
Yeah. Well, what's the topic we're going to be covering today? Oh, I guess I'm going to say it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. This is our first podcast back of the year. So it's like me and Brooke trying to get our dynamic back and everything because, now with us not having the same producer, things are going to be changing. And so with this episode, we want to tackle a more serious topic, Onlyfans. And we're going to be talking about the stigmas and stereotypes behind it, stories. And, Sarah, who is one of my close friends, who's actually experienced in this topic. We're going to be talking to her and getting her perspective, her view. She's going to tell some stories. And, we're just going to hop into it. And I hope you guys enjoy today's episode. If you have not, make sure you follow, like, and share. Because a lot of y'all watch and y'all don't be liking and you don't share. I see it all right? So let's hop into it. All right. So, Sarah, you have an OnlyFans.
I do. Please link it below.
Oh, yeah. I will definitely put the link of her OnlyFans below. So how did you get started with OnlyFans? Like, take us back to the beginning. Where did you see it? Where did the idea come from?
Okay, I can go back super far. I think we all experienced Omegle when we were all really young.
Oh, yeah.
Like middle school, high school, all the creepy men you'd experience on that
Seeing
site.
a random dick.
Right, well, yeah, unfortunately. But I remember going on that site in like high school and like seeing these creepy men and they're like, oh, take off your shirt, like do this, do that. And I'm like, man, if I could profit off of this, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
But at the time, of course, I was underage and I would never do that as an underage person. But had that thought in the back of my mind all these years. And then the second I turned 18, I found sites like Sophia Gray where you can sell underwear. Mm-hmm. So I started off there and it's like the simplest thing, wear your underwear for a day, package it up, sell it. And I'm like,
my thing is like, what is the niche for that? Like, why do men want to smell like pussy-filled underwear? Like,
I think it's like, especially because they're like, oh, wear it to the gym. And I'm like, sure, yeah, I go to the gym. Like, I just and do my own thing in my house and package it up and sell it. I'm like, this is all it takes.
Easy money.
Right. And then I would start off like, there's another site called My Girlfriend Me where like a guy would, or whoever was on the site, doesn't have to be a guy, would have to pay for every message they send you. So you would really pull out that message, be like, hey, how are you? And like, you would really, really milk that conversation and make as much money as you can. But, that OnlyFans wasn't made yet. So I would do that for a couple of years and then I would stop and then you do it. And then OnlyFans became a thing. Mm-hmm. And you'd see like celebrities using it or people on Twitter. Like I use Twitter a lot. So you see like people on Twitter making so much money. And I've been with my boyfriend for like 4 years almost now. And I walked up to him one day. I was like, hey, how would you feel about if I made an OnlyFans? Like I could help us pay our bills. And he's like, go for it. So
love a supportive boyfriend.
Absolutely. I just bought him a PS5.
See, with that OnlyFans money.
Right. But he was super supportive and he takes photos for me and he's really nice about it. Like we have, we're really open about it and I can tell him anything about it. So I made my OnlyFans and that's how it started.
That's good. Okay. So like, I know there's like a lot of celebrities. Like I remember the whole Bella Thorne situation where she had an OnlyFans and she like scammed the fuck out of everyone. Not gonna lie. Y'all who bought her OnlyFans, like you're kind of, I'm sorry, you got your money snatched.
Right,
absolutely. I'm sorry, no, because like she did her thing. She got her money, and
for real.
She was like,
she made like what $2 million from that.
Yeah. It's the same thing as Bad Baby. Like the second Bad Baby, I think the day she turned 18, she made an OnlyFans. That shit was.
So did I think Malu Trevejo did the same thing.
Yeah. But it's like she got her coin, but it's like these small business women, try their best on OnlyFans, and these celebrities come and ruin it for everything. Because I think Bella Thorne changed something on OnlyFans that you can't tip this much amount or you can't.
Yep.
And it's she already had, no offense, she had plenty of money, I'm sure, as a celebrity, so you're kind of fucking it up for the rest of us.
Most definitely. I'm like, you can't just come in because you already have a huge platform, so hella people are going to buy into it because you're Bella Thorne, so it's like you're fucking up the platform for all the smaller creators.
Right, exactly.
And that's the thing. I'm like, I feel like there's a stigma behind like the women who do things like this, and it's like they feel like you're not a businesswoman. I'm like, okay, well, think about it like this. The woman is like cracking the numbers in her head, how much she's going to bring in monthly. If she's promoting right and she's getting it out to the right places, she's going to make more and more money. And like people are like, oh, this doesn't last. I'm like, it's all about how you invest your money.
Absolutely. I mean, people, like I was going to say, people shit on girls that do OnlyFans. Like, oh, what is this shitty mom doing at home? She's doing OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Like, no, like women that do OnlyFans is like a full-time career, which I have a full-time job and I do OnlyFans on top of it. So unfortunately, I can't invest all my time and money into it because I'm sure I could make a lot of money. But women that do it full time, it's a job. It's a small business. You have to market. You have to figure out your niche. You have to figure out your content, and for those people that are going to buy it, you have to advertise. It's not just a simple thing. It's not just sitting on your couch doing OnlyFans.
Right.
It's a fucking business.
It's very calculated.
I guess exactly.
And they need to give women more credit who do this. And
absolutely, it's not easy work.
No.
Getting all dressed up, getting your outfits, getting a background, getting lighting in your house, getting doing photo shoots. It's not just
no, especially when you're starting out and like photographers, like you have to pay to work with them, and then like once you build that portfolio, like that's what I learned with modeling. I had to pay for my first like few photo shoots, and then it's like, oh, photographers reach out and they want to work with you for free.
That's how I started. I started modeling at 18, and well, I think I was already doing like some of those other websites before OnlyFans, but I started modeling, and you start paying for it, and then eventually people want to start working with you, and then you start building a clientele, and you start building a look, and I went for the goth girl niche, which is how I've always looked, but in
Spooky queen.
But in like terms of like OnlyFans and sex work, a goth girl niche is something that people look for, like redheads, or BBW and things
or
like that.
The kawaii type stuff.
Yeah,
oh my god, I hate that genre because it gives me like very like child predator stuff. Like
I like more like the elf ears or like the cosplay stuff and like the cutesy stuff. Like I do a lot of like vampiric things and like Halloween type things. But like I said,
you're like, okay, that makes sense.
But like following a niche helps a lot, and that's like a lot of girls do that. Like the tattoo girls have this one, and the goth girls have this one, and the ginger girls have this one. But it's all about picking a niche, picking a group of people you want to cater to.
Exactly, you find that target audience, and that's what you fucking stick with.
And it's hard. It's hard work. It's not easy.
Well, Sarah, actually I have a question.
Yeah.
So, because obviously I know you're also in it for the money, but like, what's like another like reason like why you're like into OnlyFans?
Well, again, it's like the modeling part. I meet a lot of cool people, and I've been modeling since 18. So that's, I don't know, 5-6 years now. I've met so many cool people modeling, and photographers and models both. I met a lot of models at shoots. They both do OnlyFans. We get to network with each other. Yes. We do like there's like a free subscription option that a lot of OnlyFans models do for each other, where you send them a link to your OnlyFans that's free, so we can support each other, because when you get a lot of likes on your posts, you're more likely to get subscribed. So I know a lot of other girls that we send each other the links, and we like all of each other's posts, whether we're into it or not. I just do it to support other women in the industry, and that helps boost our subscriptions and our money, obviously. But it is fun. It's empowering. I'm no shame in saying I feel good feeling sexy and feeling, like I look good, which I know I do. I mean, not to toot your own horn, but to toot my own horn. Right. But I mean, if I can make money out of this, I'm assuming I'm not ugly. So, but yeah, I mean, it feels good. It's empowering. I know I can make money off of my modeling, because I do clothes modeling, I do fashion modeling, but I also do modeling for OnlyFans, where I'll do nudity, topless, things like that. I'll do stuff in my own house. So like I said, it's a nice creative outlet, and I feel good. I feel great when I do it. It's good. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with it.
No, like that's good, because I feel like a lot of people like only really look like the negative side of it, when like there's like a lot of other positives to like go along with that. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And to go into the negative, I think for my sister and her view of seeing me like go into this modeling industry and like working at Twin Peaks, she's always been worried about my safety. And a big thing she tells me is like, don't like, be careful what I post to social media, because like you never know who could be like stalking you, who's like tracking where you work, what time you work, like where you're gonna be at. And like I know you've definitely had experience with like stalkers and fake accounts. And you literally just posted something like 2 days ago, like go report like a fake account or something like that.
Yes. I mean, I think it's going around Instagram where people will like collect your photos and make a fake account with your name and all your photos and say like, oh, come click this site, and it's just to scam you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely going around. I have experience with stalkers and people figuring out my work schedule and figuring out what I drive and knowing where I live and coming into my work all the time. And that's a really scary part of the modeling industry. I've had a couple bad experiences, but I don't let it ruin the fact that I've met so many cool people and I've networked so many cool people, and I have people asking me, oh, come do this, come to this party, come to this, event. And I mean, I can't let it ruin it, but you know, it is a really scary industry to be in. You never really know who's behind that screen or that phone and who's sending you money and for what reason and what intentions. And especially with OnlyFans, if you're a creator or you're just watching, we don't always know we don't know your name. It's all anonymous unless you put your name out there. So I don't know. I don't know if I have family following me. I don't know if I have.
That is so crazy to think about.
I know I have people from high school that follow me that let me know. Like, they'll put their name, and I think it's, you know, an obvious, like, hey, that's me.
That is so fucking
or, like,
weird.
Sometimes I don't know, and you just gotta do what you're gonna do. And it's a little scary, but I mean, it is what it is.
No, it is what it is. And it's like, you don't know who is behind the screen. I feel like that's like a risk you kind of take. And it's like, is it worth the money? And then you also think, like, people judge. And, like, I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm just like, you know what? You can judge all you want. Like, I'm living in my reality. You live in yours. Like, leave me alone.
Right.
But it's like, people do. And then people could, you know, let's say you're trying to do a career, and this people like, oh, well, you have a history of having an OnlyFans. So they perceive you to be, like, a certain way. They're like, well, you're not qualified for this now because you have that you do. And it's like, well, that doesn't really, like, tell who I am as a person. That's just something I do on the side to earn money because I'm a fucking hustler. One. Two,
it's all the hustle.
Right. I was like, two,
they
like,
can't respect the hustle, then I don't want to work for you.
Right. Like, who the fuck are you to judge? Because my thing is, like, I feel like people who do stuff like this, you're very upfront and honest. Like, you're able to put that out there, right? But then there's those people who, like, do shit behind closed doors, and it's like, you're the only person who sees that. But, like, these people are bold enough to do what they do, and you want to no place for that at all.
No. I was gonna say, like I said, if you can't respect the hustle, I don't want to work for you.
Facts.
Like I said, it's hard work. It's not a sitting on your couch kind of bullshit job. It's you know, marketing. You know how to cater to an audience. Those are all skills that I've learned from doing OnlyFans and modeling. It's not as simple.
You know how to market yourself as a model. Like, you know what the fuck you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Now, to go back to, like, the stalkers and, like, the people who have, like, bothered you, like, what's the craziest story?
I do have one particularly. I haven't had any bad experiences from OnlyFans per se. Like, I've had, of course, just, like, the weird request or whatever, but I don't kink shame. Everyone's into their own thing. So I don't believe in that. That's, you know, that's fine. I'll just say no and move on, or I'll say yes and I'll give it a shot. But with my modeling, for sure, because I have my fake, I use all fake accounts. I have a fake Facebook under my modeling name, not my real name.
Very smart.
I have an Instagram. My Instagram is under my model name, and I don't put anything personal. I don't follow any family. All my family is separate because I don't want anything to be connected. Everything's separate, but I do run into some scary modeling encounters. Like, for example, I did do a Halloween type photo shoot, which is kind of my thing, with a man that lives in my area, and it was all very nice. I was paid very well. I brought a friend with me, which I do if I do not know the photographer, which I think is really important for women in this industry because it can be scary. You don't know this man. And if I can't bring an escort with me, I will message other girls that have worked with that photographer and say, hey, let me know what your experience is. Tell me if this man is okay, woman to woman. And I do that, no shame. If you're not going to respond, I'll message every single model this man's
see
worked
what's up with you. What's the vibe?
Exactly. I think it's really important because you never know. And I'm kind of defenseless. And I mean.
No, right? Because, like, let's say you go to this man's studio or whatever he has, and, like, you're there alone. You don't know who else is there with him, who's waiting for you, what his intentions are. Yeah, you're thinking of photo shoot, but, like, you gotta think of your safety as a woman. Absolutely. Is this man gonna fucking murder me?
Yeah.
Is he gonna tie me up, torture me, fucking sex traffic me? You don't know.
I mean, it's that easy to make a fake account with my pictures. How is it easy to make a fake photography account?
Right.
And, you know, do something like
Lower
that.
a girl, like, into some random space.
Right. But you gotta bring an escort. You gotta make sure this man's real. You gotta make sure this man's, like, or this, it could be a woman. I've worked with women photographers, but you gotta make sure this person's legit before you go in. Like, I think.
Can we clarify escort? Because I know some people are stupid. She means someone she's bringing with her, not a literal fucking escort.
Right. I bring my girlfriends, my boyfriends. The very first photo shoot I ever did, I was 18, fresh out of high school. It was a lingerie photo shoot in Grand Rapids, which is 2.5 hours from me. And it was in a snowstorm. And I took one of my friends.
Wait, is that when you? I remember that.
And I made her drive with me through a god-awful snowstorm, and I didn't care because I was not going to go there alone because I never worked with that man before and I never did a photo shoot before, which is a smart way to do things. Do not skip that. I don't care. I'll go with you. I don't know you, but I'll go with you. It's not worth it. But yeah, I have had one terrible experience. Like I said, I did a Halloween type photo shoot. Everything went fine. He paid me and my girlfriend that I took her with very well, very well. But after the photo shoot, he started coming into my work every day. Before this, it was just like a random customer that would come into my work, but then he started coming in every single day. And, you know, as a model, typically the situation is the photographer would take a lot of photos, and either they choose the best ones or you choose, you know, your top 30. They'll edit them and they'll send them to you, and that'll be that. That's usually the end of the interaction, unless, you know, you shoot again or things like that. No, this photographer, he edited a god-awful amount, removed my tattoos and my piercings, which I thought was really strange. If you asked me to model for you,
we need a pure sister.
if I model for you, it is because I come with what I come with.
Right.
I have the piercings, I have the tattoos, I have like the spooky look or whatever you want to call it. But he removed some of my tattoos and my piercings. I thought that was really strange. The photo shoot I did with him was not anything inappropriate. It was like a Halloween for a family, like Halloween house kind of thing, like an advertisement. I dressed as a vampire, I dressed as a witch and a gypsy, and like all this other cutesy stuff. But he constantly texted me and sent me more photos that he edited throughout like a few weeks, and I was like, this is strange. And then he came into my work constantly. There was one point where he tried to hug me, and I was like, we're not buds.
Right.
There's some photographers that I work with for many years, and now we're on like a hugging friend. I can message you, I can do this, but not like that. And I like walked to a certain part of my job, like the building, and he pretended to be like, oh, I didn't see you there. I'm like, you have been standing there the whole time. He would stand there for 8 hours and wait for me to get off my shift.
That's so fucking creepy.
And then he would walk up to one of my coworkers and be like, hey, I see her car in the parking lot. Is she here? Like, why do you know what I drive? Why do you know my schedule?
Yeah.
Like, you waited until I got off of work. And then it comes to find out this man is like a private investigator. So he totally knows where I live. He totally knows everything about me. So thankfully my family was like, we'll get you some security cameras. And I, you know, I'm a good shot.
You got a bunch of weapons in your house.
Oh, yeah, I do. I have no shame in saying we have some guns, and I'm a really good shot.
Yeah.
Better
Shot
shot than my boyfriend.
What was that, like a machete next to your bed or something like that?
For sure, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is
A
going
machete.
on?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I got swords, I got machetes, I got handguns, I got shotguns. We're not messing around.
No, I think it's so important to keep your safety in mind. Like, yeah, it's fun to, you know, go out and express yourself and do these things, but it's like at the end of the day, you never know someone's intentions. Like,
Nope.
Your intentions are pure. You're trying to build a portfolio, and someone's over here plotting to kidnap or murder you or take advantage of you, and it's like, that's sick, and that is the scary part of this industry.
Right. Like, since we're on a podcast, I do listen to, oh my gosh, Crime Junkie. And their most recent episode was on stalking. And it was a story about a woman who was stalked for years, and it got really quiet. And all of a sudden he came in and murdered her.
Yep.
And the cops didn't do anything until
she was murdered.
She was murdered. So like things like that, like I'm told at work when I tell, you know, I explain the situation, they're like, well, we can't do anything until you tell this person to stop. I'm like, when you tell someone to stop and they know they're doing something wrong, that's when they get aggressive.
Yeah.
That's when it gets dangerous.
It's like, oh, now you think you can tell me what to do? And it's like,
right. So it's like, I'd rather just be civil,
deal with this
and
now,
go in the back room and, you know, keep my distance until, you know, I guess it gets worse, and then I can call the cops, because apparently that's how that works.
I guess so. That's honestly sad that they have to wait till literally something happens to you that is out of your control, that could potentially harm you or be to affect you for the rest of your life. You never know what the fuck it could be, and it's
right.
And
it's really,
well, they could have prevented it, but no, we didn't want to take it into our own hands.
I know. And I'm really thankful, because I work with a lot of awesome people, and they all know who this person is. And so the second they see him, they'd be like, come to the back room.
Yeah.
You know, go hide. But, you know, it shouldn't have to be like this.
No.
It's really scary for other women. Like, I don't want this to scare anybody, but, you know, this shit happens. This shit's real. And you got to be prepared for creepy people like this that are going to make your life hard.
Yeah, sadly. Another part of this that I wanted to talk about is like stereotypes that come along with the women, and people, I think men think less of women who do certain things like this. And my thing is, let's do some math here real quick. So this industry is made up of predominantly women. There's some men who have OnlyFans, but it's predominantly women.
And do well.
Right. But who's the audience? Who is buying and paying for these OnlyFans?
Well, the math there.
it's equaling out men. 2 plus 2 is 4. It's men. So it's like the same women that they bash and disrespect, you're paying and you're sexualizing and jerking your meat off to, but you're talking shit about. So it's like, can we figure out where we want to go
It's
with
so
this?
funny. It's so funny. I remember the first day that I posted, I made an OnlyFans. I had, this is gonna kill you. I post on my Snapchat, and I have all sorts of people from my life on Snapchat. Some I don't even talk to anymore. Some I do. But I posted, hey, here's my link. This is my OnlyFans. Posted a modeling photo. Immediately got a screenshot and got a message. And it was someone from my high school. And they responded, oh my God. And I said, what? And they're like, they said either that's disgusting or that's disappointing. And I said, oh, sorry to hear you feel that way.
So you're not going to subscribe?
A second later, I got a subscription, and guess who it was? It was that person.
That's so funny. Like, this is sad, but I want to see.
And I could even bring it up for you if you wanted. I think that person has spent over $200 on me. So I'm really disgusting, but I just cleared half of your bank account, I'm sure.
Right.
So it's like, it reminds me of the same instance, like all these men that shit on, oh, like they're homophobic or like women shouldn't, be with women, but they're the exact same men that are watching lesbian porn.
That doesn't make sense to me. I'm like, you gotta, this world.
Or it's the people that are just, they wish they could. That's what it is.
Honestly.
And I have no shame in saying that, it's either, it's just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't think it's something that we're meant to understand, to be honest. No. Everyone they have their own opinions, and it is what it is.
Or they just want to shit on women that are making their own money.
Exactly, because I feel like
successful women scare men.
This generation, this generation of women has become way more independent.
Absolutely.
And I think it's because, right, and I don't want to say I got into an argument with my dad, but we got into a discussion.
Oh, Dad.
Gotta love Dad. Love you, Dad. Where we were talking about, like, women. He was just like, the women nowadays kind of, like, trying to take the role of men. And, like, we kind of were talking about kind of, like, how things used to be back in the day versus now. And I was just like, well, back in the day, women would marry men for stability. And, like, because they were the breadwinners, because women weren't allowed to work or couldn't work certain jobs. So it's like, they really had no choice. So it's like, okay, now I'm married. I have kids with this man. I'm financially dependent on him. He's now abusing me, doing this, and that, but you don't have a job. She doesn't have any money.
Right.
She has no backup plan, and she has kids who she is depending on him for the money to take care of them. So it's like, now our generation as a woman, we see that, we recognize that, we don't want to be in that situation. So it's like, before I even get into that relationship, I'm trying to have my bread stacked up, my own place, my own assets.
Absolutely.
So if shit goes wrong, bye, I don't need you. And it's not to bash men, but it's like, I think you should like have stability.
No, my boyfriend didn't trade a goat for me. Like I have my own income. Like that, I completely agree with that. Like fortunately, I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years, and we did buy a house together, but we split everything. I don't expect him. I don't wait for him to pay for things for me. I don't agree with any of that. I want to make my own money. I want to save my own money. If I want to get something and buy something for myself, I don't expect him to help me pay for it unless he wants to, because I love him so much. And he's the sweetest angel. But women make their own money. We do our own things now. We don't expect men to do things for us. We don't, we're not.
Now, I'm not going to lie. I will take free money. Now, if a man's like, I'm like, yeah, I can pay for my own stuff, but like, it's the gesture of the man wanting to pay for that for me is the thought that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, so don't get me wrong. My boyfriend still, buys things for me, pays for dinner, does all that. But I'm saying, I want my own money. Like, example, I'm getting a huge tattoo at the end of the month. No, I have my own money for that. I make my own money for that. If I want to get something expensive, I make my own money for that. And it's so, it makes me think of my parents. Like, my mom relied on my dad their whole entire marriage. They were married for almost 30 years, and they got divorced. And my mom's, living on her own with hardly anything. And my dad's, now he has plenty of money, and they've divorced. And it's like, my mom relied on him their whole life, and now she's fucked. So
it's not funny.
Not saying that I want to get divorced if I get married one day, but it's like, I want to have my own stuff.
No, right. And like, I feel like you shouldn't go into the mindset like, oh, we're going to get divorced. It's just saying like, you just want to have that backup. That's a stability to like plan ahead. Think, okay, just in case things go south, I have my own assets. I have my own that I can fall back on. And I feel like that, honestly, that should be with anything. I always try to have a plan B for something.
Oh, yeah.
Just in case.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I'm not going to lie. I have been thinking about starting an OnlyFans. But I would not post like crazy. I would just post like the extra bikini pictures. So like the extra like cutesy pictures that I wouldn't post to my like Instagram timeline, but it's like, these are cute. Why not profit off of them?
No, I completely agree with that. I think, and I think I've told many girls that, if you want to post like a cute, what do they call it? Like thirst trap?
Yeah, like a thirst trap picture.
Hump day Wednesday of your butt. It's like I said, it's empowering. It makes you feel so good. You look good. You're posting at people, it's like a secret little compliment jar,
little compliment jar.
But I always thought, if you're ever low on confidence and you feel like maybe you could profit off of it, go for it. There's nothing wrong with trying it and deleting it or seeing how much you can make off of it. I don't see anything wrong with that. And like I said, every time I've posted or anything, I feel good. I feel great. It makes me feel good about myself. And just go for it. I know you'd make money.
Oh, girl.
We don't have to remind her anymore.
Oh my God.
She just.
I swear. Okay, some guy said I had we were talking about this earlier when I was at work. Some guy was
Your
like,
receipt?
yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Not right. That was so funny because like he told me to walk away. He's like, don't read the receipt, like walk away and read it. So I like read it and he's like, respectfully, that ass nice, ma. I'm like, sir. Sir. But some other dude, respectfully, I appreciate that respectfully you threw that in there.
Right.
But what made me mad is some other dude, he was like, yeah, like you're at like basically like my ass was like nothing. And I was just like, because one, I think you're from LA. One. Two, you're used to those cracked out BBL looking nasty boo-boo booties, diaper booties. Diaper big booties, like not real ones. Like this is organic back here. This is that organic ass.
Yeah, I got that organic flat pancake ass over here, and you got that.
Why do we both make that noise? I hate the name. I hate when people hear OnlyFans. They automatically think porn. Something sexual.
No, it doesn't have to be.
There's literally like YouTubers who just put like extra content on OnlyFans, like stuff that they don't upload on YouTube. And it's like, it's just a platform. It's like a Patreon. If you guys don't know what that is, it's just to see extra content. And it's like, it doesn't necessarily have to be anything sexual. It's just a platform to grow fans or whoever likes, like I have like my private story on Snapchat. And you know the shit that I talk about, and I rant. I do stupid shit
all the time.
Wow,
juicy details.
Right, I'm gonna have to block her off my story every time I do something. She's like, "Shut up! Nobody cares. Nobody gives a fuck."
Excuse me, I watched those. All that hot goss.
I am not that mean. It's just like, cause like I guess I see like the behind the scenes of it. So it's like she's talking about all this now. I'm just like, okay, like I've seen like what got to that. So I'm just like, you're just complaining at this point. Like just stop.
Like that day I was late to work. She's like, "You're late already. Stop filming. Get to work." Like I'm like, I am, but I'm like vlogging the process of me getting there. Like
that's sibling love,
right? Just evil. But
I was gonna continue with that. Like you said, OnlyFans is all porn, or it's not all porn, which it's not. No, I follow. I mean, there's OnlyFans girls that do Patreon too, because if you have all sorts of platforms, you're gonna make money off all of it. Right. People do other things on Patreon. People do other things on OnlyFans. I follow my tattoo artist. She's lovely, beautiful woman. She's the sweetest lady ever. She does like artistic modeling that's sometimes topless or not, nude, but she posts that on OnlyFans because if you post on Instagram or Twitter, you get,
taken down. I think it also depends on who you are, because Blueface was at the strip club and he was showing all types of ass, titty, pussy on his Instagram, and everybody's just like, oh shit.
I've gotten in so much trouble on Instagram and Facebook. I don't even post half my stuff anymore because I don't want to get zucked.
Zucked. Oh my God,
Zuckerberg. You get zucked. I don't want to risk my platforms, but yeah, like girls do, like if they do any type of artistic modeling, if you're nude, God forbid, you gotta post on OnlyFans because there's no other platform to do it. I don't always have to do like porn type things. I do post some of my modeling stuff that can't be posted on Instagram, like I said, if I'm in lingerie or things like that, and then if I get a message, hey, do this, I'll pay you, and then I'll do it.
No, I feel it. There's this podcast that I've been watching recently called Fresh and Fit. And it's actually, one of them's like Nigerian. I think the other one's like, he looks black, but people are saying he's not. So I don't know where he's from. But on their podcast, they have a bunch of like OnlyFans girls who strip, they model, and they kind of like basically interrogate them the whole time. Like they're just super disrespectful to them. But like, at the same time, trying to have like a conversation, like talk to them about like money and like, oh, revenue, and you guys think you're a businesswoman, but you're not, because it's not going to last, and all you guys do is want men that make money, and you just want to sit on your ass and look pretty and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, first of all,
Don't get me started.
Y'all are giving them a platform. If you hate them so much or hate what they do, why are you bringing them on your podcast, giving them more publicity?
You're just helping.
People are gonna, right. So I'm just like, y'all make no sense, first of all. And I hate the fact that, like, you're just disrespectful. You're bashing women. And it's giving insecure. Like, you're insecure as fuck. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why you're single. Like, both of them are single.
Absolutely.
A woman doesn't want to date you. Like,
no, not if you're, no. You have to understand sex sells. Women have been doing this for centuries. It's just we
literally
have an easier way to do it now.
Right. And I think they're mad because women are making so much money off men.
Right.
Because it's men. And I'm just like, they're the ones who are buying it. So it's like, why are you bashing women? How about you talk to the men who are purchasing this shit?
Yeah.
Because they're feeding this industry, this $1 billion industry. How much did OnlyFans make last year?
Oh, I don't even know.
So much fucking money.
It's just all the porn industry in a whole.
Yeah.
It's just huge. You know, it's never going to stop. It's not, you know, you're not going to die out. Even if you do stop making your OnlyFans, there's always going to be porn. There's always going to be OnlyFans. There's always going to be sex workers. It's not going anywhere. It's always here.
What do you think about them legalizing sex work?
Absolutely.
I feel like they should, for the safety of sex workers. Yes. But then I think the government can tax, and now they're able to make money off that, which I think is...
That's the only issue. Again, safety is most important. But again, I mean, I already get taxed. On OnlyFans, women get taxed. I don't know why that's such a big conspiracy that we're not paying taxes. I absolutely got taxed. You know, and I can write off like certain things. Like if I bought an outfit for a photo shoot that I used for OnlyFans, I can write that off on my taxes. I can write off sex toys. I can write off anything that I use for my photo shoots. If I'm paying taxes on my OnlyFans and that's what I'm getting paid for, I can write it off. I do taxes.
She's like, I'm crunching my fucking numbers.
I had to do all my taxes. I had to learn today. I had to do my taxes.
Well, at least you know, like, and now you're able to, like, you're running your shit like a business. It's a business.
It is a business. And again, sex sells. It's not, you know, it's always going to be there, and it's a big business. I have to keep track of if I get my nails done to match an outfit to do a photo shoot, I have to write that down. That can be wrote off. It's not, I have to keep track of everything. I have to keep track of my tips. You know, it's like I said, it's a business. It's not, like you said, it's not just sitting on the couch, just being lazy.
It's hard fucking work. And I wish they'd give women more credit.
Right.
And stop judging. Cause it's like, I feel, for me, I'm like, a hustle is a hustle. But I think what we have to think about is at what risk is this hustle taking? I think if you're not hurting or harming anybody else, do you.
Yeah.
Honestly. No judgment.
Of course, there's like, it's, how do I put this? I'm not hurting anybody on purpose, but of course there are like married people that use OnlyFans. There's married people that use porn. That's not my problem. That's not my fault. Right. I'm not messaging these men. I know a lot of girls that, of course, no problem with that. That's just not something I do. I do use like my fake modeling name Facebook, and I market there. Of course, I can't post anything or advertise, because if you even type OnlyFans on Facebook, you get deleted.
Shit, really?
Yeah, dude. You have
Mr.
to, like,
Zuckerberg.
Right. You have to use like O-N and then like use all this bullshit.
Fan emoji.
But then the second you get flagged, anything you post gets like flagged. So I can't post anything anymore, because I did once. Once. I don't remember what I was saying now.
Oh shit. It's okay. I was saying, like, I think that it should not be stigmatized anymore. It's a big platform for anybody to promote literally anything. You could sell fucking feet pictures, which I've also thought about, because I think I have cute feet. I mean, never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was about to say.
No, you do have cute feet.
No,
I don't like feet.
What'd you just say?
No, I'm just saying, don't even stop talking about your feet. Stop.
Cute feet.
We talking about Sarah
right now.
We don't need to hear about your feet. We don't need to hear about that.
I'll get you pulled into OnlyFans, girl. Paint your toes white. That's what they like.
They like the white toes. They like French tip.
Because I've done that. I've sold feet pictures.
I know. Didn't you do some feet, like foot modeling pictures? No, because I know you have like foot tattoos.
Yeah, I don't like my feet, so I got them tattooed. That was like the first thing.
I think it's just because you have long toes, but I have long toes too.
Every time I'll go get my nails done, they say something to me. They're like, you got long toes. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Why is it always like the nail people always trying to say something like that? I'm just like, why? Like, we paying you to do our, like, why?
Like, I'll talk to you about literally anything. Don't talk about my toes.
Like, yeah, your toes look like scarecrows.
And you know, I have a complex, because growing up, I would like pick things up with my toes.
No, me.
And my dad would call me freak toes. So, you know,
freak toe.
Horrified him that the second I was 18, I got my feet tattooed. And my parents hate tattoos. But I'm like, this was your fault.
Yeah, y'all did it.
This is on you.
You triggered her into doing it. Mm-hmm. But shit, what was I about to say about feet? It was something weird. You know what? I'm going to keep it. I don't even remember it.
All right. Oh, that's what I was going to say about using platforms. Oh, some women, I was going to say, it's like we were saying about the married men. Yeah, that's not my fault. I don't message these men, but I know some girls that do OnlyFans or Patreon or whatever they do, sex work online. They'll directly message people on their Facebook and be like, hey. And they'll be like, hey. And then like, oh, do you wanna buy my stuff? And it's like, no. I mean, you can do that, but it's like, what if you're messaging a married person or somebody, then you're gonna cause like a feud. I've had that before. Like, girls on Facebook be like, unfriend my boyfriend, and I'll be like,
didn't he friend me?
I don't send any requests on my modeling Facebook. I accept all my requests depending on how the profile looks. Like, I'll vet it a little bit, make sure they're all right. But I don't get that. I've had girls be like, unfollow my boyfriend or stop liking his posts. And I'm like, 1, I don't really like any posts. 2, I don't send friend requests. And 3, I'll just send back LOL. Because why are you telling me to unfriend your boyfriend? Why don't you sit down
that sounds like a conversation you'd be having with him.
Right. So I sound like such a bitch when I say that. But if a girl comes up to me and be like, stop following my boyfriend, I would just be like, LMAO. Right. Like, I don't talk to I don't talk to your boyfriend. No. I have my own boyfriend to worry about. Like, no, I'm not chatting with your boyfriend on Facebook. Like, hey, follow my only. No.
Hey, what's your fetish? What do you want me to do for you on OnlyFans?
No. They subscribe and then it's anonymous from there. That's how it is. And I don't pretend like I don't want to know anybody.
Right.
'Cause I don't know who they are. The only person I know on there is my boyfriend. So it's like, I don't want to know any of these other people. I'm just making my money, doing my hustle, doing my work, and then I go to my other job and make more money.
That's the thing. I think my thing is, like, I feel like a lot of people want to be rich. And I'm like, in order to be rich, you have to have multiple, like, businesses, multiple hustles. You got to constantly have, like, income coming in, making money while you're asleep.
Right.
That's the idea.
And that's another thing. I can't speak today.
It's okay.
You can't just jump on OnlyFans to make money. You have to have followers on like all social media. Like, I have a pretty good following on Instagram, not as great as I would hope.
No, girl, you got like 5,000 followers.
That's
like,
not a lot.
That's half of 10K.
Almost there. I really hope I get there this year because I did kind of jump off the OnlyFans bandwagon last year. I had some medical issues, so I kind of slacked. But New Year's Eve, sat down with my boyfriend, like, look, I'm going to hustle this year. I want to get some cool tattoos. I want to go on vacation. I got 3 paid vacations this year.
Shit.
I'm like, we're going somewhere.
This makes me feel bad for quitting Costco.
And I'm like, I'm going to make a lot of money and we're going to go somewhere this year.
That sounds nice.
So we sat down and I'm like, look, I'm going to get back into this. I'm going to do my best. But like I said, it's not easy. It's not, it's not just, you gotta have Instagram followers, you have Twitter followers, you gotta have Snapchat. I mean, you gotta
look at yourself as a business and promote yourself. Like, make a profit off yourself.
Absolutely. I absolutely promote my Instagram post. Absolutely. If I have a nice modeling photo, I will promote that shit. I'll pay $20 for promotion for a whole week, and then I gain Instagram followers. And when I gain Instagram followers, they see my OnlyFans. They see
that link. Oh, what's this right here?
And you just make it back.
Yeah,
it's like a sort of full circle. So
exactly.
It's
I think a part of it also having that confidence to put yourself out there and do that, and you can't think about the judgment of other people, because it's like, bitch, you got to think about yourself.
Yeah.
What are we here to do? We're here to make that De Niro. So it's like, you gotta like let it go.
Yeah.
That's the thing. 'Cause it's like, I do have a lot of people that follow me, like, from high school and like from like other workplaces,
it's the curiosity.
It is.
That's gonna make you that money. That's why I think people from like high school have either subscribed to me in the past or are still subscribing to me, because I knew her in high school. I'd love to see what she's doing.
Love to see her tits.
Right. Which is fine.
My thing is, I'd love to kind of pull a Bella Thorne, like, be like, subscribe to my OnlyFans, and it's like a picture of my finger.
Right. Because like the things that these celebrities post, like, it's like, it makes me it makes me laugh, because like celebrities will post just like the simplest little things. Like, not to say that you have to use OnlyFans in a certain way.
Yeah.
But girls that make a lot of money, they're doing like porn, they're doing girl guy, they're doing this and that. But they'll just post like a bikini pic. They'll just post like they're not even doing topless.
Right.
So it's like they're just
that's kind of what
all the money from us.
That's what I want to do though, because I'm just like,
no, but you,
as much as these people be DMing me, I'm like, I could really. I mean,
if you post something that's like a little less than what
a little scandalous,
there's nothing. I don't see anything wrong with that. For the 100th time, it is such a confidence booster. If you need a little bit of confidence and you think you could do well, go for it.
Do it.
You can delete it in like 5 seconds. It's not the big deal.
Can people screenshot on OnlyFans? I don't think so.
I mean, I have a copyright on mine.
Mm-hmm.
I literally, like, if you share my shit, I'm suing you.
Shit.
I'm not
show me how to
fucking
do that.
Oh, I'll show you.
Show me how to do that.
I'm not fucking around.
'Cause I don't.
I'm making money off this. Don't steal my shit. Because I'm sure.
Right, because someone could steal yourself and make an OnlyFans account and then like repost. Wait,
and
what
shit
OnlyFans
ends up
catch that?
I don't know.
It ends up on like porn sites and stuff
But
like that.
you know, as much as I use OnlyFans and I'm glad I've made money, the whole bullshit they did last year with the whole, we'll shut you down if you're making porn, even though porn is the whole reason that OnlyFans is even on the map.
That was a whole thing.
That was a joke. Because I immediately made accounts on other sex working sites because it's like, if you're gonna even take my money away from me for like a split second and you want to like throw me off your site, then fuck you.
Right, and that's why everybody was like, there was such a big uproar. People were like, we're like predominantly the biggest part of your platform, so why would you get rid of your moneymaker if this is what's
exactly. So like the second that happened that day, I posted a picture and I was like, here's all my new links, go follow, get off of OnlyFans if you want to support me still. And then like the next day they're like, sorry, never mind.
Yeah, they're like,
we know that we're fucked.
You almost lost like $3 million. And like, yeah,
right,
because you're trying to fuck up the platform.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to thank you for coming on, Sarah. I feel like our conversation was great talking about OnlyFans, especially like
this has been fun.
Right, your experience, your stories. I hope you guys learned something, really listen to what she had to say and really take it in. And this is a no judgment zone platform.
No, as you know, being in this industry is no judgment. Even the modeling industry, no judgment. Everyone starts somewhere. You do your thing you want to do. You don't have to do the top of the top. You don't. You can do the minimum. It doesn't matter. But if anybody wants to follow me and you want to talk about it, I will support you. I'll give you advice. I'll give you tips.
I'll put her Instagram, her OnlyFans, her Twitter, everything in the bio. Whether you're watching this on Instagram, listening to this on Spotify, it will be in each description everywhere. But thank you for coming on. Any last things you want to tell the people?
Like I said, I'm free to open talk about anything. You want tips, you want advice, you want to message me on OnlyFans asking for something, you want to help me pay for my tattoo. Oh, but no, like I said, if you're even thinking about it as even a woman, a man, men make a lot of money. If you want to message me, I mean, it took a woman offering advice to me for me to go for this. So if you want me to be that person for you, to get this going for you, then I will be there.
Hit her in the DM. Brooke, any last words?
I just want to thank Sarah for coming on here because I learned a lot about OnlyFans from like what you just told me, because obviously I have my perspective of what I've seen online, and like I've mostly have seen like the negative side, so like it's just kind of good to see like a different like perspective on like everything.
Yeah. No, especially because we listen to so many true crime stories, and it's like she'll tell me so many dangerous things. Like I'll post something, she'll be like, "Take that down. Like you shouldn't have posted that. Like people are watching you." And I'm just like, I mean, you're right. But yeah, I love my protective sister. I love you. You're not gonna respond?
I love you too.
Whatever. Wow. All right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning into this episode of Overly Misguided. Make sure you subscribe, follow, like, and fucking share.
Down there.
Tap that fucking OnlyFans down there. You better right down there. All right, and we're out.
See these.